Guys, are you ready for a storyline that I already hate? There's a lot of debate online, and this is a byproduct of it being June 4th, 2025, about whether or not one should be concerned about CJ Stroud missing several OTA practices. This is how Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans handled all things CJ Stroud related at yesterday's OTA press conference. First, he had an opening statement. Then he fielded a couple of follow-up questions about Stroud.
First off, I know everybody's going to ask, first, is CJ not throwing again? There's no concerns with CJ. It's just general soreness. We're taking extra precaution with him, but he'll be good to go. No concerns on my end there. For CJ, it'll be, like I said, he has general soreness, and we're just taking extra precaution with him. When he's ready to go, he'll be ready to go.
Do you have any work on his shoulder in the offseason?
That's it for CJ, guys. On the questions, that's it. What I said, that's it for him. Like, it's general soreness, and we're taking extra precaution with him. We're not going to rush him into anything. He'll be fine. When the moment is for him to be ready to go, he'll be ready to go.
Tip of the hat to Will Kunkel for asking the follow-up question. I will say, when I'm not there, and also when I am there, I think that Kunkel is more comfortable asking the tough questions than anyone in Houston sports media. Anyway, interesting that DeMeco Ryans said all of those things there. There's general discomfort. He said it's in the shoulder. And on top of that, when asked if there was some sort of surgery done during the offseason, he said nothing. In that, while he didn't deny it, while he didn't confirm it, he didn't deny it. So what does that mean? Did CJ Stroud have some sort of surgery? This is what DeMeco Ryans sounded like last week when asked about CJ Stroud sitting on the sidelines.
CJ was observing as Davis was taking the snaps. Anything with him? Was he going there?
For all the guys you see here, guys, there will be guys on different schedules, different routines. So you'll see some guys out. Some guys won't be out there. Some guys will be. Some guys will be on different snap count, different pitch count. So there's nothing going on right now within our guys. Everybody's just on their own schedule.
Why did DeMeco say pitch count there? Is CJ Stroud on a pitch count when he is able to throw? So this has led to a lot of people speculating about what actually happened. I was listening to Cody Stutes and Landry Locker's Texans podcast earlier today, and they were going back and forth. Landry was saying, how do you trust the Texans? And I would say, how do you trust any NFL team to piggyback off of that when it comes to talking about injuries? Most organizations, especially the Texans, prefer the Detective Dignam from The Departed approach of feed the feds bleep and keep them in the dark. Feed the media bleep and keep them in the dark. Keep them in the dark. But what Cody said, which I found very interesting and I agree with, is the odds that there would be zero leak of a Texans quarterback or any prominent quarterback, especially a starting quarterback of CJ Stroud's caliber, the odds that there would be no leak at all about said surgery are close to zero. I know we all want to believe that the fine folks in medicine, that they take the Hippocratic oath and everything remains anonymous, etc. But everyone's a bunch of gossipy, chatty Cathys. And there's at least one orthopedic surgeon out there who loves that they operate on athletes and maybe has a little under the table deal with someone like, I don't know, the son of a billionaire, Jordan Schultz, to pass some information underneath the table for a little something. I just do not buy that everyone would be completely quiet in a city like this with as many hospitals and as many doctors. Now, maybe there was some situation going on like, I forget what TV show like in Tokyo Vice, where this bad Japanese gangster's dealing with some illness. And to try and keep off the radar, he goes to the United States of America and he pays off some doctors to like make sure that it doesn't get back to Japan, that this guy left the country and came back to the country, even though he was a fugitive, even though he was wanted, like uh, all I'm trying to say here is that stuff generally gets out. If CJ Stroud was dealing with something that I think would be actually worth being concerned about, there would be more than just, oh, he's dealing with a pectoral issue. Oh, some general shoulder soreness. It could be something to be concerned about in training camp or at the start of the regular season. Right now, I'm not concerned about it. Do not let people freak you out yet. Sure, later. But right now, I think the people that are acting concerned about this are throwing this bleep out like chum in the water for engagement.
Yeah, the NFL is a 12-month-a-year sport, Paul,
Mm-hmm.
and it's June, and so this is the what we have to do for this month of the year.
I got into a little back and forth with Jeremy earlier today. Jeremy Branham of the Killer Bees. No antagonism here, but Jeremy said something along the lines of, "Well, I'm not seeing anybody out there that's saying to be concerned about CJ Stroud," and I disagree. Here's an example of that. Here's Trey Wingo on a golf course telling you need to freak out.
All right, so Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud is not throwing at OTAs because of shoulder soreness, and the team says they're not concerned. It's just general soreness, and they think everything should be fine. Don't believe that. There's a concern. He hasn't played a football game since January. It is now June, and he has shoulder soreness. If you have shoulder soreness at OTAs and you haven't played in months, no matter what the team says, that's a concern. That's the real situation.
Thanks. That was very insightful. I don't think anything's a concern until the start of the year. Do you know who was on the injury report with the shoulder injury for perhaps his entire career? Any guesses, Sean Mapes?
I mean, I know the answer, so I'll let you.
Tom Brady in 2002 had a first-degree shoulder separation in December. He has probably been listed until his retirement on the injury report hundreds of times, dealing with some sort of shoulder issue. The real gamers out there, they play through it. And sure, there are some moments like an Andrew Luck where a guy has to walk away altogether. I think that's the situation we're also seeing with the Derek Carr. Certainly, there are some moments. I think Deshaun Watson's shoulder also might have an issue right now. And you take a look back at CJ Stroud at Ohio State. If you want to work yourself up into a tizzy, fine, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just telling you right now. Give it some time, okay? Let it breathe. Do we have to make this the talking point every single effing day? I get it. He's the starting quarterback of the football team here in town in a football-crazed state, even though it's maybe not an NFL-crazed city. I get all of that. Sure, it is topic A when you're talking about this team until it's not topic A anymore. Like everything else that happens this time of year is honestly very meaningless. Just a lot of fluffy quotes and excitement to get you ready for the start of the year. But I'm saying just pump the brakes on this until there is a reason to come back to it. This is not me saying there's nothing going on. I really don't know. But I don't think the Texans being vague or changing what they said last week to what they said this week means that there is reason to be concerned, given that no matter what, they are always going to try to skirt around talking about injuries. It's not just the Texans. It is all 32 teams in the NFL. I noticed yesterday someone was saying that the Texans talk about general discomfort for body parts a lot. I'm going to have to look that up through the transcripts to see if that's something that they have said a lot over the years. So give me a couple of days to work on that, because that could be the new discomfort that you have with the Houston Astros. But I do not have any stress at all. There's no cortisol in this beautiful, beautiful bod over CJ Stroud and the unknown nature of his shoulder. Sorry, 0 out of 10. I'm saying 0 out of 10 because the people that are concerned about it are annoying me. Entirely to troll those people and direct a polite middle finger, like the kind of FU that you'd get from a Bostonian that You would think that it's aggressive, but it's actually endearing. That's what I'm directing towards everyone who is at this moment in time being a fear merchant and throwing this out there because they want people to be like, oh my God, we're all going to die. Like they're Bill Paxton and aliens.
Yeah, I would love one reporter to ask, not because like I'm actually interested, just so we could get like over this. It's just when D'Amico Ryan says he has general soreness and he'll be good to go, I would just like the good to go win. Just like
Good to go win.
if he just says like, hey, we don't plan on him throwing this week, which we're halfway done with this week, so I probably won't throw this week. But next week, we think he'll be, next week, that's part of his plan. Because part of the thing is like, you don't really have to hide anything. You're not playing a game anytime
Exactly.
soon. So you can just say, hey, this week we want to bring him along slowly. Next Wednesday, that's when we plan on him playing. If there's like actually a plan here. Or if it's just, hey, he wakes up and we see if he's sore or not, that also works.
I think that the only plan is, hey, let's at least throw a little misdirection at the possible Greg Williams of the National Football League.
But it's like 3 months from now. Like,
I agree.
like
but
they won't play for so long.
But this is why every single team, Sean, is so paranoid with the injury stuff. That they are of the belief that there is someone out there who is either Greg Williams 2.0 putting bounties out, or trying to think who the dirtiest player in recent NFL history is. Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, I think Sue.
Albert Hainsworth. I mean, they're nervous that there is somebody out there that is like
LaRon Landry. Bernard Pollard.
Ooh, Bernard Pollard. That's a Patriot killer. They're nervous that somebody
Brendan Merriweather
is out there.
I can just name it.
Yeah,
Remember when we used to just have headhunters in the
Headhunters,
league?
yeah.
Like pretty recently?
Brandon Merriweather has a really funny rap called VIP on Swole that's hilarious. But I think that NFL teams are paranoid that there's some guy out there, whether a coach or a player, who has in a studio apartment a Riddler from the Batman-esque chart that just outlines every single slightly injured quarterback in the league and where they should go after them for a regular season game should they end up going up against this guy.
So this guy's unpinning all of the yarn and newspaper clippings that had Derek Carr's name and face on it and putting up the CJ Stroud one.
Yeah, like who's next? Like maybe they're a serial killer of some sort, a serial football killer. They got a big thing of blood slides in their air conditioner duct, like they're Dexter. That's what this is the reason, in my opinion, that NFL teams are so damn cagey when it comes to talking about this stuff.